Welcome back to Gundam HQ. Today we're going to be deciding whether or not the Virtue Gundam DLC is worth the 602 yen it costs to purchase. For starters, the main tool and the source of power for Virtue is its Govt Cannon. The beam on this weapon is large and it fires fast, and it recharges quickly also. It is the most important weapon for Virtue. Next, Virtue has its main gun, which fires slowly but hits hard. It takes one hit to down an enemy if they don't boost out of it fast enough, and it takes 2 hits to confirm a down. Next, Virtue has its shoulder cannons. They both can be fired at once, or they can be fired individually, taking the place of Virtue's melee. Virtue does still have 2 normal melee attacks, but they are never an option that you want to rely on. Lastly, Virtue has its GN shield, which lasts only for a short time, but can take a lot of damage. Virtue overall has a very long redlock range, and with its toolset, it's very dangerous from that distance. Virtue, through its charge shot, can also purge into Nodlay. Nodlay's movement is much faster along with its beam rifle, which functions more normally while still shooting large beams. Nodlay overall is a much faster unit with much better movement, with its lance throw and its trial system both leading to stunning enemies to be punished as you see fit. Nodlay also receives melee attacks, which are overall rather basic, but still a usable set if you need to rely on them in a match. This unit also comes with 2 burst attacks, one for Virtue and one for Nodlay. Both deal a decent amount of damage, but Virtue's burst attack seems to complement the unit a little bit better. That being said, Nodlay's burst attack still does look pretty good. Virtue's Striker summons Virtue to fire its main gun and has 3 uses, and the shots do upward of 100 damage. As for its unlockables, the only new thing that Virtue brings to the table are its Striker and its 3 titles, similarly to the other DLC units we've received so far. Otherwise, it does allow the player to unlock the Christina Navi and other Strikers if they haven't been unlocked already. Overall, I would say once again that yes, Virtue Gundam is worth the 602 yen. As of its release night, it's holding strong with a very capable set of weapons and a very strong Jirobi that can carry the match all on its own. Having Nodlay is also a great addition. I personally use it when my health is low because its great movement helps me stay alive just a little bit longer and throw in a few more hits while I'm at it. All of Virtue's abilities are great in and of themselves, but they're even better when you put them in the game's cost perspective. Virtue costs only 300 points, and it functions almost, if not as well, as some 500 cost units. The 300 cost is possibly the best feature about this mobile suit, as that, mixed with all of its abilities, puts it up towards being one of the best units in the game. Personally, I think it's about time that we've seen Virtue added to a Gundam vs. game. Last time we saw him show his face was back in Next. I'm glad to see that he was brought back, and that he was brought back in full force. And if there's one thing this game can get right, it's the mobile suit models. Virtue looks great, and Nodlay does as well. The sound effects are also fairly well done, including Tierra Arde's voice acting. Thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe or leave a comment below to keep the discussion going. What are your impressions on the Virtue Gundam so far? Do you think it's worth it? Once again, thanks for watching, and this is Gundam HQ, signing off.